Hello everyone, welcome to my very ugly face and my review of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. Um, I'm not trying to edit this video, I'm not trying to be all up in the camera since I look all fucked up. So, I'm gonna give you my precise and uh another word that I can't think of that I won't edit this shit out though. So, let's just get on to it, okay? Let's start with Michael and Angela. Actually, let's do boring. Well, none of them are boring, but let's do boring to not boring. So let's start with Paul and Karini. The upcoming wedding is coming up, and Paul still feels frustrated. He feels like Karini isn't doing anything. They have a conversation via translator app because that's how you know y'all love is real. Let me just say something to you. The phone says it, then you say it back to me. What type of shit? How weren't they on the last season of 90 Day Fiance? Before the fucking 90 days and your bitch ass ain't still you didn't learn how to speak English and you didn't learn how to speak Portuguese? Like what the fuck? Something has to happen. What if the phone fucks up? How y'all gonna fucking talk then? Anyway, my eyebrows look really fucked up for some reason. It's blowing me. It's just making me wanna like do this. But y'all think I'm weird, so I guess I can't. Anyway, so she's asking him via translator app, or she's telling him like, you be yelling at me, you ask me to clean and stuff, and then you start yelling when I don't. You're an idiot. Just all this stuff, this fucking stuff. He's like, are you sure you're gonna be able to take care of a baby? When was the last time your ass washed the dishes? Which is a valid ass question. Um, and she just and he like, yeah, sometimes my voice does get louder. She like, nah, nigga, nah. It's a difference between a louder voice and dead ass yelling. Okay, bitch, what the fuck? You're yelling apparently. So he like, okay, do you want me to leave? And she only thing I feel like she know how to say in English is I don't know. I don't know, Paul. She said it at the damn store and she said it here. I don't know, Paul. And I'm like, well, damn, bitch. I think you need to know, considering you want to have this baby so fucking bad. Anyway, so they go to meet her parents. If I'm missing anything, I put it in up under. Damn, that mean I'll have to edit. Anyway, they go to meet her parents. And of course, they bring their trusty, actual human translator this time, not the phone. Because how that's really impersonal, you know? You know, it's better when it's you and your soon to be wife, but when it's her family too, that's when I draw the line at computer translators and I need a human. So her parents are like, y'all ready to get married? And Karini just like, I'm not ready. First of all, stop all that crying. Okay. I don't know. Karini, like, yeah, Paul does give me serial killer vibes, but you knew that. You knew that Paul gave you serial killer vibes. You can honestly tell by looking at that nigga's eyes. You can tell a serial killer by the eyes. Can't nobody tell me different. You can tell a serial killer by their eyes. You can tell a creepy person, man, woman, or child, or dog, even though a dog ain't a person, or cat, by their eyes. You know if that nigga about to pop off. The fuck? Anyway, She crying to her parents talking about some, he be yelling at me and he act nice when y'all around, but then he don't be acting nice and he don't be letting me talk to nobody. First of all, when you're on social media putting hard eyes up under some nigga picture, then no, no, nah, 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 nah. You're not about to sit up here and be talking to them people. And Paul said romantically. And if Paul is a controlling motherfucker, then I wouldn't know. And I feel like I'm on his side, but I kinda am. Like, you're talking to you were I I saw you talking to other men on social media. Like, you can't say that you weren't. Like, I don't trust you. I'm sorry. Is that such a big thing? Like, I was gone for 6 months. You always on your phone. You lazy as fuck. I'm sorry. I just, ugh. So she's like, Paul always turns his back on me when we have arguments. He never communicates. So he like, baby, no. And she like, no, get off of me, nigga. You always gonna do this shit in front of my family, nigga. The fuck? But when they gone, you be hard. When they hear, you be quiet. But when they gone, you be talking again. I don't understand it. The fuck? And I'm just like, I just don't see. Maybe because I'm influenced by the comments, or maybe because I see how lazy she was. Like, that past episode, she was lazy as fuck. I just, she was like, you make the most mess in the house, but you can't help me clean. Like, not just clean it, but your ass can't help me clean. No. Oh, okay. So they have another conversation after, because it was all just conversations with them. Anyway, they're talking and she's like, I need you to change. You always ask people to change. And no, they're not going to. The fuck, nigga, I'm asking your ass not to be lazy, and it seems like you not gonna stop being lazy. So, that really, the conversation that they had after they had the conversation, the two other conversations, that made Karini feel like maybe Paul would do a little bit of change. He was more open to their talk, to their conversation. Didn't, shut her off or turn his back, as she says, and that um, propelled her to uh, get married again. So her mother and her goes to look at wedding dresses. I'm like, who's paying for the wedding dress? Paul? Or like, what does Karini do? Well, what did Karini do? Like, how did she? I know she was living with her parents, but why? Like, why don't she have her own money? I don't know. I don't know. Somebody tell me about her because I could care less, honestly. She goes wedding dress shopping with her mother, and her mother, like, you can visibly tell her mother is like smiling through the pain, like tears, on the verge of tears, just like, whatever you want, honey, I'm here for you, baby. I love you. I love you, girl. And she's like, no, ma, don't cry. She's like, I just want you to be happy. I didn't want you to do it so soon, but if this is what you gotta do, and you know, I guess just I hope he treats you right. She tells the camera. I know that she'll have a better life in the United States. It's just like, I don't know. Paul's crazy. She didn't say that. I said that. And they end with a nice little hug of her and her mother. And in the next episode, Karini and Paul should be Mrs. Mr. and Mrs. Paul. I don't know his last name and I don't care to. Anyway, moving on. Who else? See, Darcy and Jesse get on my nerves, but I wouldn't say that their story is boring. Is it Rachel and John or is it Darcy and Chess? Hmm. Let's go with Rachel and John. So Rachel and John are going out to meet his friends. They leave the baby with John's mother. Rachel is hesitant to leave her child, although you weren't hesitant to bring your child to a different country to meet a man that you didn't even meet before, who could be a murderer, serial killer, rapist. But you didn't. You weren't hesitant bringing the baby, but you hesitant leaving the baby with his mama, who don't have 60 criminal convictions on her fucking record, who probably could go to the United States at any time and get a visa. But you scared, you're nervous, you're hesitant, leaving your baby with John's mom. Anyway, so they go and they meet his friends. His friends are talking, they everyone, okay? Everyone who Rachel has come in contact with that knows John is telling her about the amount of women that he had or likes to have or whatever. John ain't no, look, we don't know if John is a cheater, but John ain't no settle down type of nigga. That's what everyone's saying to you. It's not like you're thinking about this and you've constructed this shit on your own. No, people are telling you that John ain't no one type woman. Like yeah, I'm with her, but then I drop that bitch. I'm with her. Yeah, I'm done. Like his sister said it, his mama said it, and now his own friends are saying it. What in the fuck more do you need?
What more do you want from me?
Everybody has told you that this nigga is not really maybe the best nigga, or not even the best. Well, yeah, they didn't say that too, but he's not. His past relationships have not shown any people that are around him that he's ready for a serious long-term relationship with two children. Because I know you only talk about your little baby Lucy, but you have a whole other daughter. But shit, the father might just take her. How can we have my baby around this nigga? 60 convictions. What? 60? Anyway, they go to meet his friends, they joking, they laughing. His one friend in the gray is really, look, it seemed like all of these people, I don't know. I feel like who has said anything good about John? Who know him? Who has said anything good about this nigga? Who has said that this nigga, I ain't heard nobody say that this nigga's a stand-up man. I ain't heard nobody who, I mean, they ain't say he was a horrible ass man, but they started talking about, because he's still, I don't know how long Rachel done been there, but your dumb ass, let me turn the camera so you can see me. But your dumb ass still don't know about his convictions. You still don't know about his convictions all the way fully. Let me pull the camera now so you can see me. You still don't know about his convictions fully. You still don't. Yet this nigga is up here playing with your damn baby. What? You don't know if he was convicted for tossing a baby off the roof. I'm sorry. Look, I'm just saying. You you in danger, girl. The fuck? You in danger, girl. So his friend is like, so how did like his friend was grilling that nigga like he ain't know about the convictions. He like, so when was your last conviction? A few years ago. What, like 2, 3 years ago? Um, he asked him, what would you say? Like, it's bullying or like people just like instigated or what? I say it's bullying. Um, oh, he didn't used up all of his resources on this side of the pond, so now you gotta go on the other side to find a woman. He's a little bit insane, and ha 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 ha, we laugh and joke. But the nigga was telling so much truth that his other friend was like, shh, because you turning me off to being friends with this nigga. Like, you're giving me so much, and of course, because mm, this nigga couldn't get a visa to come to the United States to watch Lucy being born. He has had, oh my gosh, there's a gnat, and I want it out. He has had over 60 convictions for violent crimes. Violence like that. Assault, basically. He said he beat up like 10 niggas. And I was like, oh, that nigga's scary. He beat up 10 niggas. He was like, well, all you niggas gonna have something. I was like, damn, that nigga's that nigga's something. What? I just want to know, Rachel, what if you're positive about this man? So they go, it's the next day, they go to the beach, to the pond, the ocean, whatever it is. I don't know. Okay. And they sit down and he goes into a little bit of detail how that he was in school, somebody was picking on him, or no, he was in college, somebody wasn't picking on him. It's just, you know how men get or something, he said. And I was like, no, I don't. I'd like for you to elaborate, please. Anyway, and it's about 10 of them, and I beat all their asses. And one nigga, his eye was fucked up. So that was me. And she's just like, you have to promise me that. What did he say before she said that? If a nigga step to me, basically, if a nigga step to me, it's on and popping. I'ma beat that nigga ass, regardless. And it's like, how many niggas have stepped to you? Huh? Why are niggas stepping to you? Are you sure you're not stepping to them? Because it's just a lot. I don't know if he got 60 violent offenses. I don't know if it's that actual number. But a few years ago, what's that? I would have loved for him to answer that question. Because what is a few? 3 years? 4? 6? 2? Like, so Rachel says in her fucking confessional, if he continues to go down this violent path that he's already went down, I don't know if I'll be able to continue. Well, obviously not, because he's probably gonna punch you in the face. I'm sorry. But it seemed like fighting is his bread and butter. And I don't know. Anyway, I'm done. It might have been more to that story, but I don't give a damn because why would you bring your whole baby? Anyway, moving the fuck on. Let's move on to Darcy and Damn Jesse. This is gonna be real quick. They fighting again. They fight at the Airbnb. Well, they argue at the Airbnb. He goes outside. She like, you acting like a child. But yet she don't leave. I don't understand why she didn't just leave. Like, that's how you know she fucking desperate. Why in the fuck would you stay? Like, he like, okay, just go by yourself. She walk out and then sit on the porch. Like, okay, I'll just wait for him. No, I would have left, went to the store, and came back, and been like, okay, we should both be calmed down because we spent enough time away from each other to like, well, I don't know, because they argue worth anything. Okay, let me bring the camera over here because think about leisuring. Anyway, so he mad talking to the producer while he on the porch as usual. He walk out. I hope you can hear me. I'll raise the level. He walks out. She like, you ready to go? He like, yeah. She like, let's just, do this for the kids. If you are in a new relationship, an old relationship, but a new relationship, let's focus on the new relationship. You are in a new relationship with a nigga that's not half your age, but more than half your age, I think. No, she 19 years older than him. Yeah, she 19 years older than him. And you're talking about let's do it for the kids. What? Weren't you married to their father and y'all got divorced? I bet you said the same shit to him. Let's do it for the kids. No, no. That is the absolute worst way to parent. That is the worst way to be in a relationship. A relationship is not for your children. Your children were doing perfectly fine. Well, it looks like they were doing perfectly fine living with you and your twin. I don't understand why you gotta bring this nigga in there. And now y'all ain't cool and you are so desperate to make it work. It's pretty sad. It's very sad. The fuck? So they go to the supermarket. Of course, they're cool in the supermarket. They are getting the steak from the butcher. And he's like, oh, you guys got kids? And she's like 11 and 12. And he's like, wow. And Jesse hurries it up and says, oh, no, 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 no. Those are all her kids, not mine. I'm kid free. Then they get into a little argument in the store because he says something about a baby or baby's food or something. And she's like, oh, here you go, bringing up a baby again. And he's like, yeah, I want my own children. And she like, well, at 43, that might be hard to do. Not if you got money, ain't nothing hard to do. But who knows if your ass got money. What did he say? He said something. He was like, basically, you trying to force your daughters on me, and that's not gonna work. I'm not their stepfather. I'm not going to be their stepfather. Not when we argue like this, and not at this like point. Like, come on, we still, you know, oh my God, we're still getting to know one another, and obviously we still having arguments every 3 seconds. So this isn't the way for me. So they go back home, or they pick up her daughters and Nicole and Aspen. Pick up their daughters. I'm sorry, her daughters, and she's like, okay, I'll make the rice, you make the steak. And she's trying to be a happy family. Her daughter, I think the youngest one, is helping. She's downstairs. The oldest one is upstairs doing her homework. She's helping, just, and seeing how they interact, asking Jesse what his favorite food is. And then all of a sudden, Darcy just gets a little bit manic. Yeah. Is that what it is? She got manic. She just got really like, okay, the rice, we need to do this, we need to do that. And Jesse was like, okay, calm down. She was like, I am calm. And that made her not calm. And then they started. He's like, she's about to go stir the rice. He's like, I just stirred it. She like, yeah, but it can become sticky. He about to cut the steak. She behind him, like, cut it at an angle. I used to work at a restaurant. That's what my kids like. I was like, girl, well, if you know what your kids like so bad, then you should have cooked this whole meal. I like things done a certain way for my kids. You act like if the steak wasn't cut on an angle. What you say? I can't remember the exact word. That the whole meal was gonna be fucking ruined. It's ruined. No, it wouldn't have been. So Jesse, I'm done. Storms out, walks to the back porch. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm out of frame. Obviously, the youngest daughter is watching. She go tells the oldest daughter, because that's what you do. You be like, what the fuck is going on? Ma and her boyfriend, who could literally be our older brother's age, if she, got pregnant early, she's like a little bit crazy. Like, yeah, this is how you cut it. I don't know who she was talking to, because Jesse wasn't in the house. And, her girls ask her, is she okay? She's like, I'm fine. Really, her big thing is about the appearance. As she says, she goes and she calls Jesse to eat. Jesse's like, no, and she's like, no, but it's done. Just come on. And he's like, no, it's not done. Like, and she's just like, I didn't want my kids to see this at all. Like, I don't understand why my children have to see this. They shouldn't have to see this. I don't get it. Leave the nigga. Y'all shouldn't even be together. Y'all both trash. Like, trash at communicating, trash at the personalities don't work. Okay? That's all I gotta say. Moving on. Michael and Angela. Honestly, Angela is going crazy, smoking her cigarette. And he like, baby, please don't smoke them fucking cigarettes. I'm so sorry I keep going out of frame. But a nigga is leisuring. I'm sorry. Um, please, baby, please don't smoke them cigarettes. And she like, I'm gonna smoke all the fucking cigarettes. Don't you ask me not to smoke no damn cigarettes. Cause guess what I'm gonna do? Guess. Guess. So she up here smoking. They're supposed to go meet Michael's friends. She comes out with her titties. I mean, your shirt ain't supposed to be like that. She like, do you want me to change? He like, yeah, you have to cover up your breasts. She like, you ain't tell me nothing about covering up my breasts. She just really like, I think well, obviously she's at her wit's end because he called her fat yesterday. But it's just like, I was so looking forward to meeting this nigga, and now it isn't working out. What a shocker. Anyway, so she goes and puts on another shirt. She like, okay, I'm about to do my hair and then we about to go. So he like, baby, let me help you, baby. So he goes over and starts to flat iron one piece of hair. I didn't see him move. He flat ironed that piece of hair. Just kept flat ironing. While they were talking, he would move just a little bit, then he would go right back to that piece. I was like, and she like, why you trying to help me? And he like, I just want, us to be cool. I'm sorry. I just want us to be cool. She like, well, yeah, you called me fat, so I don't know how cool we gonna be. What else did she say? Oh, I'm just learning about your culture and you ain't telling me none of this shit, Michael. And he's like, I understand. He's literally just trying to do anything so he can just make it to America. Because somebody in the comments said all of his sentences, his long sentences, end in America. And I said, America or United States. Because he said, I want to come and be with Angela in the States. I hope that this doesn't ruin our plans to be in America together. And I was like, so they go meet his friends. His friends are taken aback. I really think that it's because, like the man said, the I just think it's the culture. I don't think it's how they are, but they are quiet, so the man can be in charge, and her being loud and not abrasive, but just like sometimes abrasive. The bitch is abrasive sometimes, but like, oh hell no, and doing all of that is like really, really a lot, and they call that masculine. So, um, Angela asks, does he have another girlfriend or blah blah blah, and the man, one of his friends, is like, well, Nigerian men want to be men, head of household, and she like, well, that ain't fucking happening. We either gonna do this shit together or we ain't gonna do it at all. So Michael gonna have to work for this green card. You ain't just gonna be getting it all, willy nilly. You gotta actually put in some work. So, so they go to the safari. It wasn't a safari. It was a jungle, I guess. And oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Let me go back. When the best part, when he was flat ironing her hair, and she was like, I mean, get to my age and it's just hard to learn new things or something. And I'm like, no, it's not. And she's like, I'm just, already worried about the age difference. And he said, oh yeah, me too. And she turned around and said, fuck you mean you worried about the age difference? No, no, baby, that's not what I meant, girl. What? The age? I meant the rage, the cage. You ain't never I know why the cage bird sing, my Angela. You never heard of it? Yeah. The age. Girl, you know I love you. You know I love you. The age. Girl, come here. Give me a kiss. Let's go to the United States now. Fuck all this. So, going back. I'm sorry, but that was like the best part because all he does is walk on eggshells around her, but he's going to continue to do that so he can get this green card. That's the price you gotta pay. So, they go to the jungle or the exhibit, wherever they went, and the instructor was telling them about the different animals, and they get to snake, and she all loud talking about, oh hell no, Michael, you said it wasn't no damn snakes, and he like calmed down. Okay, I understand because she is very different. I guess she would be very different from like a Nigerian wife as far as the outbursts and the demure aspect. Yeah, tell me if I'm wrong because I don't know, but I'm thinking that's what it is. So, she walking across the bridge. She talking about, I'm Jane. I ain't know who the fuck Jane was until that bitch said Jane from Tarzan. I was like, who? She beating on her damn chest. She's telling him, this is like our relationship, We had some uphill battles, but it's all downhill from here, smooth sailing. And I'm like, downhill is not smooth sailing. Downhill is not smooth sailing, in my opinion. Downhill means some shit is going on. It's all downhill from here. That's not good. Anyway, so he like, yeah, baby, I love you. I just wish you'd work on your snapping toward me. And she looked at him and she was like, bitch, what the fuck you just, bitch, what the fuck you just say? I don't snap. It's because I tell you to do something over and over and over and over and over again and you don't do it and then I have to fucking yell at you and then that's when you understand what the fuck to do. I'm not saying Angela is right because Angela do be snapping at him, but I'm not gonna say that I don't do it too. So I was like, damn, Angela, you wrong. And then I looked in the mirror and had to, you know, look at myself and be like, bitch, you right, though. The fuck? No, Angela's wrong for doing it to Michael. My nigga deserves it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, so he like, yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm wrong. She like, you gotta have patience. I'm an old ass woman. She didn't say that, but basically have patience because just have patience. Maybe it was something else to that plea that she gave, but I didn't hear it because I don't care. Nah, I think I should have two people left, if I'm not mistaken. I did Paul and Karini. I did Darcy and John. I did Darcy and Jesse. I did Rachel and John. I did Michael and Angela. We got two more to go. 40 fucking minutes. I'm fucking angry. With a fucked up eyebrow the whole time. Ugh. Disclaimer, my eyebrow is extremely fucked up in this video. Please do not comment or you will be blocked and reported. Okay? Anyway, Tariq and Hazel. This is after church, and Tariq's brother Dean is already there, waiting downstairs. She like, I'm kind of nervous. He like, don't be nervous. I mean, just he is a little bit abrasive, but he's just doing it, just out of good. And I want you to meet him, some shit. So they go and they do a flashback. I didn't know that she still had clothes at her ex's house. And I mean, obviously, that is something to be concerned about. But Tariq is living in fucking fantasy land, so he don't give a fucking damn. Okay. So they go downstairs. Dean is there. Dean is already looking at her like, lying ass bitch. That's how Dean is already looking at her. Dean gave her a chance, but Dean looked at her and was like, yeah, you cute, nah, but I ain't falling for that shit. So Dean starts to ask her questions. Um, I heard I heard you still have clothes at your ex's house. Are y'all still, together? It take her a minute to answer the question. And he like, can she talk? Is she okay? So she answered the question. Then he like, do you have children? She like, yeah, I got one. He like, where is the child? With the father. And I think he starts to talk about like, oh wow, like your son ain't with you. So then he asks another question that I can't remember. Basically, is everything done with your ex? Like, are you still trying to be with him? Or is that like over? Because I know you got clothes at his house, so it's really confusing to me. And she does not answer the question. And he's like, did I say something wrong? Like, yeah, I know I'm a little bit harsh in these questionings, the way that I'm asking them, but I'm asking useful information. I'm not asking you what blood type are you, what size panty you wear. I ain't asking you no shit like that. I'm asking you some real shit. Are you still fucking that nigga that's your ex or no? And she all low and shit. And so Tariq is like, nah, we done, we done. He like, okay, nigga, we done then. Fuck, I'm trying to get your ass some. I had patience, but she don't want to answer the question. That's crazy. So Dean tells the camera she's a sneaky bitch. Some has to give for her not to want to answer the question. Like that makes no fucking sense. That was basically their whole scene. She storms away. She like, no, I'm not going back. Um, but in the next episode, you can see that that clearly puts some doubt in Tariq's mind, which is that's all your brother wanted to do. I mean, he didn't want to ruin a good relationship, but what he's not gonna do is have you up here looking like Boo Boo the fool, because that's what you looking like. And she's already been upfront with the cameras talking about, baby, I just want to go to. Ooh, that scared the fuck out of me. I just want to go to America. You know, I want. Well, I don't just want to go to America, but I want a better life. And she is like, I want Tariq to choose me. It's not a, I love that nigga. It's a, take me to America. And we don't have time for that. Now, moving on to my favorite nigga. My favorite nigga. Don't worry about this, okay? I'm ready to put this back on my head and go to sleep. Mr. Ricky. Ricky Spanish. So we meet up with old Rickster. Rickster from Columbus, Ohio. And Rickster is drinking a mojito alone. All by myself. Don't wanna be all by my. But you are. Okay. So he said, I've been texting Melissa, constantly, consistently, and constantly, bitch. I ain't missed a text. I ain't missed a text. But she still ain't texting back. So I haven't been completely honest. And I was like, what? He's like, I met this girl named damn. I said, don't forget her name. Jen, Jamora, Jenia, Jenna. No, hell no. He met somebody named Jimia? That's not her name. Let's call her Jay, because I can't remember her name. He met Jay. And Jay is also from Colombia. And they were talking when Melissa started to get a little bit standoffish when he said that he was coming. So he texts Jay and he like, hey girl, come on through. She like, okay, I'll visit you tomorrow. You meet Jay. Jay gives him a hug, gives him a kiss, arrives on time. He trying to get it all sexy and stuff. I'm like, why ain't you taking her out? Like, she just gonna be at the hotel? So he's like, oh, she was in the confessional talking about Ricky came to see me. Ricky ain't come to see your ass, girl. So she is really, really into him. I don't know if I don't know how long they were talking. He didn't really specify, but she's really, really into him. She makes him a gift. She's kissing him, or just being affectionate, hugging him and stuff. Um, he like, okay, you'll sleep here. I'm gonna sleep in the other room. She's like, no, I want you to sleep with me. And so he like, okay. I tried to be a gentleman, but it didn't work out. And he had sex with her. And I'm just really, I know that I've been leisuring this whole video, and I know that's probably gonna piss some people off. I'm sorry. But I was just really like, I don't know. It just seemed like he didn't give Jay the respect that he was trying to give Melissa. There's nothing wrong. I mean, if y'all want to sleep together on the first date, that's fine. Or the first time meeting, that's fine. But he didn't even say, let's meet at a restaurant. Like, he gave Melissa the opportunity to meet him at a public place so he wouldn't be perceived as a murderer or something. Didn't he? I'm not even looking at y'all. I'm sorry. Didn't even give fucking Jay the time to like do that. Like, she came to his fucking place. I was like, you say you a gentleman, but I don't really see it. Um, and with that, I think we are done. 50 minutes of fucking recording. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'm so sorry about my uneven eyebrows and my leisuring on the couch, but a nigga's kind of tired. I'm sorry.